I'm gonna have to be really quiet when I say this in case any of my mates hear me, but this Eachine product here actually looks really, really good. Today should be an interesting one because so far this product does not exist. This apparently is the Eachine Novice 4 ready to fly, and when Banggood showed me all of the specs of this, I thought, wow, you get some pretty decent stuff. So let's open this package here and see what's inside. So it looks impressive already. We have got the EV800DMs, which are the box goggle that I recommend. Then the transmitter. It is the Radiomaster TX12 multi-protocol transmitter. The only thing I've done here is changed it to mode 1. It comes with some lithium-ion batteries already charged. Pretty amazing. So with this transmitter, you are not just stuck with this package, you can bind to pretty much any 2.4 gigahertz protocol, so you can upgrade from it, which is important. The quadcopter itself, it's actually a long-range model. So 4-inch does look like this antenna does need screwing on there. I would have liked to have seen that screwed on out of the box, and then you can just detach the antenna. So that's some work that I'm going to have to do there. We have got a charger, a 4S charger, and then an antenna here for the EV800DMs. And we have got in here, it's just, well, everything that you need to get going. So that's like a USB wall thing. Not going to need that. The only thing I have done here is I've just charged these 4 batteries, which are 850 milliamp Eachine branded, and they are 50C, so you know, not a high discharge rate. Have to see what the quality of those batteries are like. Then in my one in the UK, I got given one of these plugs here. This is going to be for the charger, and then a power adapter here for the charger as well, which I'm not going to use today. I use the hobby charger to charge these. The transmitter already fully charged, and the goggles already fully charged. I don't have any information about it because there's no link that exists, but I have been sent a document on my phone which I need to take a look at. It's got GPS as well. One of these self-powered lost model alarms. It looks like a really decent package, but quite often with Eachine, they have these amazing packages, and then sometimes they turn out to be rubbish. What I do know for a fact is that these 2 products I already have, and they are great. So really the only thing that could have problems really is the quadcopter. They have bound it up to the radio already. Apparently this is on the right video channel as well, so it's all ready to go. They even say that they have hooked up GPS rescue, which I'm a little bit worried about because that's quite difficult to set up, and it's not really something I would have a beginner, you know, relying on. They're calling this the Novice, you know, so it is suggesting that people new to the hobby are going to want to buy this. If I just remove the quadcopter here, yeah, look, we have got even more stuff. So spare set of props, and even some antenna straws, then Eachine patch antenna, and like a composite video, you know, a wipe cloth. Sometimes with the Eachine you need that to wipe away the tears. Hopefully not today. We've got a USB-C, just absolutely everything that you would need. Yeah, I mean, you know, this should get us going, I think. So the instructions do say what all of the switches do, so they've set that up already out of the box. So we've got SE for arming, so that's the arm switch there. SB, so this one here is for angle mode, and Acro. and then it's got a beeper on the AUX 4. So it's saying here that the default mode is air mode. We highly recommend for beginners using angle mode. Looks like you can use this charger to charge up the lithium ions as well as the included 4S 850 milliamp batteries. It's got the binding procedure on there, even though I shouldn't need that. So I got the specifications here. It says item Eachine Novice 4, 3 to 4S long range drone. It says it's 125 grams without a battery. It says that it's the lightest 4-inch LR FPV drone. It's got an all-in-one flight control. I think that's the HLRC one, 25 amp ESC, 1404, 2750 kV brushless motors. Long flight time around 20 minutes with stock battery, and it's sub 250 gram. Around 31-minute flight time with 18650 3000 milliamp hour. Eachine MA10 GPS rescue function. How to work. Before armed, GPS must search for at least 6 satellites to lock a home position. After armed, observe the on-screen display data using the flight, and the rescue function can work normally only if the distance exceeds 100 meters. Otherwise, the quad will crash. If the remote controller suddenly loses signal, GPS rescue function will work automatically and return home to the position, but the drone won't land automatically. In order to avoid a mistake, we didn't enable an auxiliary channel to activate the GPS rescue, so you just got to hope that it works. So the quad is looking pretty smart. We are going to be landing on the buzzer. That looks like a hefty buzzer, and there's the button there to stop it from complaining. Now, the receiver is a D8 receiver. So they're saying that you can get 1 kilometer out of this guy. It's got 2 antennas, but that's the shame really, is the receiver. I think it's a Radiomaster receiver. The VTX is like the diamond kind. It says that it's switchable. You don't get an SD card for the DVR in this, so it does have a DVR. As I say, they're great goggles, nice and comfortable. Better than the Cobra X in my opinion, and there's no SD card in the transmitter as well, so if you want to expand on that, you know, have audio and stuff, then you'll need to add that. But the question is, you know, without actually plugging it into Betaflight, can I get it in the air? Let's see. Okay, we're all ready to go here. Just one thing to note is they give you these tubes here to use as antenna straws, but the hole's too big, so they don't fit properly. I have to be careful with that, you know, don't want them going into the props. You are also given what looks like an Insta360 Go mount. Unfortunately, I haven't brought my one with me, but yeah, battery goes on top there, you get a bit of foam, goes in nicely. You've got the transmitter ready to go, patch antenna, and the circular polarized antenna on there. Now the problem here is I want to fly this guy line of sight, but it needs to get 6 satellites before I can do that. Also, there's meant to be a beeper on this auxiliary switch, and it's not doing anything. So some setup problem there. You really need a beeper, especially if you are going for sort of long range kind of stuff, which I wouldn't recommend doing with this, not with this receiver. This is just a good all-around package. You'll get long flight times, hopefully, be able to throw it around the sky. It's not going to be the strongest quadcopter. Let's see if it'll arm now. Yep, so it'll arm. Then this one is Acro and angle mode. So if I arm it, yeah, so that's angle mode. Let's go angle mode first, because this is what most people will be flying it in at first. And we've got a bit of a breeze today. So angle mode just means that it will self-level itself, and it does so quite softly. So let's go into Acro and see what they've got the rate set up like. Quite docile as well. I mean, you know, it'll do a roll, but you really have to sort of bang the stick over it. It's not too bad. I mean, without going into Betaflight, you know, or looking through the on-screen display, and I wouldn't know what the rates are. They have done their own PID tune. Pretty funny actually, like not even looking at Beta Flight and getting it going. That's a plus for sure. I'm not sure about having GPS set as a fail-safe out of the box and not having it on an AUX switch to test, because you know the thing, I don't think you would get that far anyway, honestly. I think with this VTX, was it 200 milliwatts, the VTX? Some conflicting information on what the power output is, but I'm pretty sure it's 200 milliwatt with the Diamond VTX. And then the D8 receiver, they're saying you can go 1 kilometer. I would not try that with this, I would not. Usually it's like 80 meters to 100 meters with D8, if that, you know. So I don't think you're going to be using that GPS rescue. Personally, I would turn it off. But it's flying nice on these biblades. You know, it's not a screamer, it's really quiet. Let's go for a power punch out. Not bad. Floaty on the way down. Yeah, fine for a novice. Just not sure on durability really. Of course, if you're gonna hit any gaps, be wary of that big antenna sticking out the back. But without plugging it into Beta Flight, so far so good. So, FPV Flight next. Okay, so here we are looking through the goggles. I've got the DVR recording. Currently got 8 satellites, not that great. I've been waiting a minute or so. It's got the long and lat at the top there. Unfortunately going to have to blur that out, but it's great if you lose the quad for any reason. You'll have that on the DVR, so DVR is recording now. Throttle in the middle, pitch fully forward, and you're to the left. Go down to features, go down to VTX just to check out the power. It's set to 200. Won't go any higher than that. So, you know, that is what the VTX is outputting. 200 milliwatt, not great for long range, just really, you know. And then the D8 receiver, you know, it's really, I don't want to be flying much further outside this field. So really, I don't think GPS rescue is actually ever going to kick in, because I thought it was supposed to kick in, you know, like when you are a couple hundred meters away or something. Anyway, let's go back out of there, save and exit, and just exit. We've got 9 satellites now. These EV800DMs, they are just a great goggle. They're so comfortable. I feel like I could wear them all day. I can see all of the screen. Yeah. These are the box goggles to get, despite the fact that when you completely lose the picture, the DVR stops. They could just fix that, and, you know, these would be the only ones to recommend. And really, for me, they are the only ones to recommend, I suppose. Okay, so 9 satellites now. Let's go for an arm, see what happens. We are armed. Picture looks nice and smooth, I have to say. Wow, really smooth. It's nice and smooth on the sticks. Got a little bit of the standoffs in shot there. Let's take a look at the RSSI going down to the 60s. And that's not too bad for D8, you know. It feels like I've got slight movement. Let's see. Trims are in the middle, so needs a little bit of dead band added in there because hands off, it's got up trim in it. Man, I got so much to look on the screen here. Got a milliamp hour drawn. So seems like it goes up to about 14. Where's my battery voltage? It's got to be there somewhere. There we go. Yeah, 15.9. Oh, look at that. It stays in the 14s on full throttle. That means we are not ruining our battery. That is really good. So, you know, low current draw. Should get a really good flight time. This picture is crystal clear. Well, what I'm seeing through the goggles is crystal clear anyways. So look at the RSSI. Oh, something's beeping. What's beeping? Is that like a low RSSI warning? Didn't like that. You see, that is what? I mean, it can tell me, I think. It's saying that we are 20 meters high. That's not right. I don't like I don't like the GPS information on Beta Flight. It says I'm 94 meters away from where I am, but that was like I think that was a low RSSI warning there. 60, 58. It was a loud beep, wasn't it? It's not done it that time. I think it's like at 40 dB, it's set to do that. This is going to be a real good flight time with this guy, I think. Oh, look at that. Hardly any breakup. Man, I wasn't getting great results out of my rapid fire recently like this. Maybe my rapid fire's on the blink. Actually, you know, there has been some pretty diabolical models that I've received. So this is actually, it's really hard, isn't it? Because it's unusual to say, oh, this is an Eachine model and it's pretty good, but, well, it is. It is. The GPS stuff, they could have saved some money on that. It's got it. Don't think it's very accurate. It says I'm going 45 kilometers and that might be right. 9 meters or something. But you can't really go off the GPS data. Oh, it's done it again. Beep. That's got to be an RSSI thing, right? And we're only like, wait, it says that it's like 100 meters away. Let's see if we can do that again. What's it? 40. Yeah, it's going down. It's when it hits 40. So that's your range for you with this guy. I mean, the GPS information, that's all you can use it for, really, because, you know, I don't think GPS rescue is going to work. I would turn that off just for safety, because I don't know what happens to it. You know, when you are, you know, within 200 meters of where you're flying, the idea is that you are at least like 100 or 200 meters away before that kicks in. Maybe it will kick in, I don't know. I don't really want to find out because I don't trust it. 9 satellites. You know, I am flying the DJI thing around here. It's got 27 satellites. See, yeah, it's when it gets in the 40s there, it beeps at you. It's nice though. It's because we don't have like voice commands on here. I think, doesn't it just drop if it's like too close? I think it just drops, but I don't know. I don't wanna try it. Man, this is flying really nice. I mean, it probably could have a, you know, a better tune if I just go. I don't know though. No wobble there. Just on my fingers. Yeah, I think that was me on the stick. It's very difficult to know when it comes to bounce back because, you know, the sticks bounce back. Yeah, I think there is some bounce back there. And so you can sort of be smooth on it and make it look like it's not bouncing back. But yeah, if you just let go, there is some bounce back there. But not something I would really be complaining about. Man, this picture's great. It is great. Like, seriously, up there with like some of the best analog experience you could have. I know I'm in a big open field here, and it's kind of difficult because I want to go over to this shrubbery thing here, but if I get a failsafe, I don't know what's going to happen. But, you know, for an all-in-one package, you know, all of the parts, the EV800DMs, even this Radiomaster transmitter, I would recommend these as like for a beginner package, and you get those. So, you know, if you sort of total up how much this costs, you know, was it $399 they told me, which is what, £256, something like that? Changes all the time, doesn't it? Seems like a lot of money, but for everything including 4 batteries, not having to even plug into Betaflight, which I don't think I've ever actually done before, it's hard to hate on this thing. Yeah, I wish the antennas had a better solution. That's gonna, you know, get cut off. And, you know, if you're gonna be slamming this into the ground, I can see it breaking. 14.7 volts, a 7-minute flight time. So, you know, this is a legit model that can fly for ages. All right, it can't fly far. No, it needs that, there we go, low RSSI again. I'm glad that they put the RSSI on there, though, because, you know, a lot of companies, you know, they're a little bit embarrassed about the range of their product. They hide the RSSI. You know, they would literally let you fly it out of range and let it drop. But here we've got a very loud beep on the transmitter to say that, actually, you know, you're reaching the RSSI limit. RSSI is there clean on the screen. We've got low battery warning then, but it's just the voltage sag. I'm impressed. I mean, when I looked at the package, I thought, yeah, this looks impressive. But it can't because it's Eachine. Well, you know, sometimes they do a good job. What can you say, you know? They get a lot of people into the hobby with their cheap stuff. And I turned that GPS rescue off, but other than that, could I recommend this model? Yeah, absolutely, I think so. One thing to watch out for is if you completely lose the picture with the EV800DMs, then it stops the DVR recording. I don't think that's going to happen around here because I think the control would fail safe. You could easily upgrade the receiver because this transmitter will support it. You know, you could get like an FOSCI D16 receiver, and then you would get the same range out of the video as you would the control. 9 minutes? Yeah. Speechless. Having fun now. So yeah, I think hopefully by the time that my video comes out, Banggood Eachine like chasing me and stuff, that there will be a link for it. You should be able to buy it. And well, I recommend that you do. I just brought it to the field. I changed the mode of the transmitter in the field because, you know, in mode 1 you won't need to do that. Plugged it in. You know, the props were already on. Waited for the GPS lock. Charged the battery. The transmitter battery and the EV800DM's already charged. Literally like the quickest model to get in the air and just fly. So yeah, this is me recommending the Eachine Novice 4. It's flashing at 10 minutes, saying I've set the timer at 10 minutes. Well, I'm sorry, I've got 0.5 of a volt still to go. So, you know, that's why it's flashing, if you're wondering. It's a setting in Betaflight, sort of, you know, say to flash when it gets to a certain time, in this case 10 minutes, but it's flying longer than 10 minutes. So yeah, this is going to be a good one on one of those 8 and 650 batteries, the Li-ion batteries. can't say how it will affect the tune. If any of you are interested in me doing a flight with an 18650 Li-ion battery with this model, then let me know. Or any changes or upgrades or anything like that, because it seems like it's the type of kit that, you know, that would warrant that. I mean, me as somebody who flies these a lot, it's like, right, what now? Like, kind of not bored, but usually the flight's over by now. This is gonna make a long video. People don't like. Do you guys like long videos? Seems like people get fed up of long videos these days. Like, that's why they brought the shorts thing in. Everybody wants the videos to be a minute long. Okay, well, this has still got some guts to go, man. You know, I'd probably look at landing it now, because when I go up on the throttle, we're going into the 13s, and that's damaging the battery there. However, like, just cruising around, you know, 14.2 volts, it's still got some go in it, you know? Right, okay. Yeah, the voltage has gone back up. I just had one of those moments where I'm like, am I looking at the voltage or am I looking at something else? It's an 850 milliamp hour battery, and, you know, it's saying 725 milliamps on the on-screen display. So, you know, that's fairly accurate, you know? Seems like a decent battery for this model. Just everything works. I think if somebody says what is like the all-in-one analog setup to get, I think I'm going to be saying this. And on that bombshell, I think I'm just going to land. The voltage has gone back up. I guess I'm not landing yet. I was going to do it on that bombshell thing as well. Okay, let's abuse it a bit. Low battery, it's saying now. Flip-flops. It does do flip-flops. What was that? See if it recovers back to 14. And it recovers back to 14. 13 minutes. Okay, there we go. 13.9 now. Okay, it wants to land now. So there you go. That is my review of the Eachine Novice 4. I'll hopefully be able to put a link in the description, as well as a pinned comment. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.